Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video on Python for ethical hackers. In this video, we'll discuss how to get inputs from the user in Python and then show them on the terminal or use it in your program. So if you remember from our last few videos, if you are following along our course, you might know that we have written this golden code which just executes few commands on terminal in order to change the MAC address. So the main problem in this code is that it is just used to change the MAC address of ETH0 and to change just to this MAC address. So every time if we are willing to change the interface, we have to come over to the code, and also if we are willing to change the MAC address, we also have to come over to the code and do that manually. But we don't want that because it's not that much efficient. Every time coming over to the code, sometimes the user would not be able to change things in the code, like he would not be code literate. So that's why this program do need some improvement. So in this video we'll just get the inputs from user and make the program more dynamic and more feasible for the user to use it. So our main objective of this video would be, like, there are a lot of different ways to get input from user, but for this program, in order not to make things more complicated and not to make you more confused, I will just use the simplest way possible, which is using input. So let's understand how the input works. Suppose I'm willing to get the age of a person. So I'll declare a variable by the name of age, as you can see on the screen, and then make it equal to the input function. And then to that input function, I will provide the string that I want to show the user. So in this case, it would be, what is your age? Once I run the program it will show me what is your age, and I will be able to enter my age. That will get stored in the age variable. Now, this is boring and this is useless. If I do this, it won't make any sense. So let's come over to our golden code and let's understand the same concept by using this same method in our code. So I'll come over here to the interface where the interface variable is declared, and I will just remove the ETH0 and write input, and then to the input function I will pass a string which would say enter or just interface. And I will do the same thing with the MAC address as well. So instead of directly hard coding the MAC address, I will write input your MAC address, and then save the program and come back to the terminal and then run it. So that would be Python example.py. And once I run it, it will ask me for an interface. So I'll provide the ETH0 and it will give me an error. It's because I'm running Python 2 and the input function is the function of Python 3. So instead, if I come over and write Python 3 example.py and then run and then write ETH0 as an interface, press enter, you can see that it's asking for MAC address. So I'll provide some random MAC address that would be 001122334455. Press enter and you can see that the MAC address has been changed. So change MAC address for ETH0 and this is the MAC address and everything is working fine. Now let's come over why this error came up. This error came up because we were willing to run the example.py with the help of Python 2, while the input function that we have used inside this code is Python 3 function. So that's why it was unable to run it. Now, if you are willing to make this program compatible with Python 2, you will come over to the code and instead of writing input, you will write raw_input. So you are noticing the changes between Python 2 and Python 3. You can see that if you are willing to use the input function in Python 3, we just write input, and if you are willing to use it in Python 2, we write raw input. And I will press save and then come back and run the program just with Python, which will allow me to run the example.py using Python 2. And it will ask for interface, and that interface would be eth0, and the MAC address would be 554433001122. And once I press enter, you can see that the MAC address has not been changed, or it's been changed but just the sequence has been disturbed. So let's try it once more and see whether it works or not. Let's just give it 112233445566. Press enter, and you can, and for some reason the MAC address didn't get changed. It might be some problem, so let's come back to the code again. Let's save the program, run the code again, and let's change it once more. So that would be eth0, and I think it might be we just changed it way too soon. So that would be 0011223344 and 66. So you can see that this time the MAC address has been changed. So it might have been some problem or something like that, but the main purpose of showing you this raw input and input was to make you understand that how Python 2 and Python 3 are distinct from each other or different from each other. It's just the function name. Like, there are a lot of similarities. Once you know Python 2, you can use Python 3 very easily. It's just the function name that are changed, which can be searched in Google. If you know how to get the input from user and you don't know the function, you just have to Google it and you will find the answer. So let's go through the code once more and understand what we did. We just wrote the input function or raw input function in order to get the input from user. So there are a lot of different ways to get the input from user. And why did we do that? Because our program, before doing this, our program was not that much dynamic. It was just a raw program which was used to change just one MAC address and just for one interface. So now it's dynamic. The user can enter any interface and any MAC address from the terminal, and the user have more functionality and more control over the program. So this is pretty much it for this video. I hope you are learning Python for ethical hackers in the right way, and you are understanding what I'm trying to make you understand, and you are following along. So this is pretty much it for this video. Stay cheeky breaky, have a pleasant day. Till next time, enjoy hacking. Peace.